Hello, friends. I'm DJ Lance Rock, and I have to say, Rock and Roll Grad School is awesome!
This is Rock and Roll Grad School with your hosts Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling. When do they get to sing My Way?
Hello, kiddies. We are going to have a real good time together. We are talking with Philly Ocean and Sailor Hawkins from the one and only Yachtley Crew. And because we're at that time of year where we're into Christmas records.
Yes. Well,
And
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
you are always into Christmas records, and I am always into yacht rock. So
There we go.
it could be any time of the year.
This is true. It's the time when normal people are excited for Christmas records and yacht rock.
Right.
Right. So they have a Christmas EP, Seas and Greetings, that is coming out this mid-December. And it's a lovely conversation. It's great to have them back on the program.
Yes.
We need to pause for a minute. I don't know if you saw this I believe came out this afternoon. Vic Flick, the guitarist who played the James Bond theme, has passed away at the age of 87.
Well, way to bring it down.
Oh, wait, 87, a nice long life. And so the other songs he played on, it's impressive. A World Without Love by Peter and Gordon.
Okay.
Downtown by Petula Clark.
Yes.
It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones. And Ringo's theme, parentheses, This Boy for a Hard Day's Night. So he accomplished a lot more than just that one guitar riff.
I mean, amazing guitar riff that it was.
Yes. Oh, please. He could have and should have made a career out of just that.
Yes.
But then when you look more into it, it's even more impressive. The other things he achieved in his career.
Indeed.
And then I feel like we should note this, although I don't know if the Elder wants competition. Primus has posted, we are currently taking submissions from all points of the universe for the position of Primus drummer / percussionist. Seeking a well-mannered, affable individual with original sensibility and aesthetic, possessing a desire to open new doors in the creative world. Flashy chops are wonderful, but groove, pocket, and the ability to listen, react, and contribute to the musical conversation is a must. So you can send in your resumes now. I think we should send ours in.
Well, I only qualify for one of those things.
Well, which part? Flashy?
Yes.
Worst they can say is no.
I'm not even flashy. I think I'm affable.
No, it's I feel like that's sort of one of those the whole idea of this is I feel like let them say no.
Well, I agree.
Don't say no. Let them say no.
But I do appreciate that. That is truly a job description or a job posting that is an equal opportunity employer job posting.
Mm-hmm. No dinks. They want it easy.
Yep.
Let's just all hang out and be groovy.
Right. I feel they should win points from us. Oh, are we going to have to start taking applications for Dink of the Year?
We're probably to that point.
Do we have our nominees yet?
I mean, we probably do. We just haven't sat down and really realized it yet.
It's kind of nice that there's not a front runner yet this year.
This is nice, yes. Well, I feel like this is the time of year where Roger Waters and Eric Clapton just say, hold my beer and go on in. You probably also missed this evening at 4:59.
How?
No, within minutes. Bob Dylan tweeted out Saw Nick Cave in Paris recently at the Accor Arena, and I was really struck by that song Joy, where he sings, quote, "We've all had too much sorrow. Now it's the time for joy." I was thinking to myself, yeah, that's about right.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, yes.
Yes. So to start,
That's wise with Sailor, honestly. It's good to
well,
have that.
yeah, really, any rhythm section, I feel like you're asking for trouble.
Oh, wow. And so
so
it begins.
Yes.
So why the Christmas EP? Why now?
Rob, you want to take that one? Sailor?
Well, funny you say why now when we started recording these songs back in June. That seemed a little odd.
Right.
But, I think the time was right. Each year we've kind of, maybe every other year we put together a Christmas song on our own and had fun with it. And we thought, you know what, it really just seemed appropriate for us to put together a collection of material that we can, instead of just one, every time we put out one song here, one song there, people loved it and they wanted to hear more. But, it was like a little side thing that we were doing just for fun on our own. And people were really receptive to it. So we figured we could put something together, like a collection of these things. And we actually started recording about, it was 18, 22 songs or something like that. And then, with the time, honestly, the time crunch that we had between the tour schedule, our tour schedule this year was crazier than ever. Between doing that, like we would get home and sometimes on a run or a leg and have just maybe a week and a half or 2-3 weeks home, and we would get back in the studio and try to finish as much as we could. We were able to put together a collection of about a half a dozen songs, and we made a video too. And all that time, we just signed a new record deal with another company, and they were really behind it, us putting this together as well. And I think just everything aligned right for us to be able to put this together. Our producer was into it, our managers from England, and he's like, you guys should listen to these songs that were really big in the UK. We'd never even heard some of them here in the States, So
Yeah,
it's almost like, in a sense, we're not taking credit for that, but they're almost original to people stateside because they've never even heard these songs. We're not playing Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They're great, and they're great songs. And
I
of
think
course
too,
we wrote our own as well.
To add to that too, we were kind of thinking, we all are so used to hearing the same Christmas songs all the time, every year.
Yeah.
And it's great. That's part of the nostalgia and part of the tradition. But we wanted to bring not only kind of our vibe and what we do with Yacht Rock into the Christmas season, but we wanted to bring something new but familiar, And so we found these songs. One's by Status Quo, the other one is by Wizard. And actually that one is dropping this week on the 22nd of
That's
November.
Right.
And we have another song coming out. There'll be one more song released, and then the full EP will be released on December 13th, or Christmas album, as you want to call it. And but yeah, it was really just like, we love Christmas. We love Christmas music. Why don't we put something out that's new and a fresh take? And maybe people will appreciate it. And it's been getting some really, really awesome reception as we put these songs out. So,
And that's interesting because I don't consider myself a yacht rock connoisseur, but I consider myself a Christmas song connoisseur. And looking at the track listing, there's stuff on here where I'm like, I don't know this one.
yeah,
It's like it's a deep, like you guys are saying, it's a deep dive into Christmas culture.
yeah.
And it seems in some ways for a band known for Sex on the Beach, I was like, how does this go with Christmas? How does this click together?
How does it not?
Okay, listen.
I mean,
the
come on,
south
like,
of
it's
the,
like
I know, water going to
happy
the
and
I know.
right.
Yeah.
Did you have to do a lot to put that kind of Yachtley Crew spin on these songs, or is it anytime you guys put on those hats that it just naturally comes?
We have a certain energy as a group, that that's one of the magic things about being in a band, is that when you find something that really works, we bring that creativity to recording as well. And so, like what Sailor was saying, we really laid down a lot of songs, and we went through a lot of the classic Christmas songs also, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree and Jingle Bell Rock and all these other songs, because we wanted to find the songs that popped and really worked with our energy and that brought something to life with us. And then from all of those tracks, we whittled it down to these, and we really felt really strongly about putting these ones out, and that we were putting our best foot forward. And also, we were on a really, really tight timeline. So we actually had about another 8 songs that we could have put out. But to get all of those songs done in the time frame that we had was just not possible. So we decided to go with the 5 that are on the Christmas album and put something out there this year rather than delay everything a whole other year. Recording and producing, and then of course scheduling all these things to get out in time is a whole process. So that's how we landed on these 5. And who knows, maybe we'll put out some more Christmas songs in the future.
We'll have to start in January at this rate.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is on top of, we have another record that's coming out in the spring next year that was during the process of recording this Christmas record as well. Our other record that's coming out next spring was being kind of worked on as well. So, which we started earlier in the year. So the Christmas stuff again was, hey, we could probably do that. And then when in the middle of working this deal with the label with Earache Records, it was, hey, we wanted to do this Christmas. Oh, that's great. Let's do that. So we kind of slowly pumped the brakes on the other record because we had the rest of the year to finish it. And we dove right into the Christmas stuff. Like our producer, Chris Lord-Alge, who's producing and mixing us, was like bringing stuff to the table. Our management was bringing stuff to the table. And then all of a sudden it was like, we had like literally was like a list of like 25 songs. And it was like, okay, let's get in the room and cut 8 or 10 of them like one day. And let's see how they go, like throw them to the wall. If they stick, then we'll keep working with those. If they just don't, if it's just not real, if the chemistry and the magic's not like immediately like all there, if there's not lightning in a bottle to start, then let's go to the next one. And so again, like Phil was saying, we got, a good dozen songs, started and the time to finish about half of them. So there could be a follow-up Christmas, record next year. Like I said, we just got to start in January. So we have time to finish it with our schedule.
And you guys talk about the rush to get this done and the push to get it ready in the time frame that you need to for such seasonal things. But Sailor, I want to pick up on something you mentioned. You were produced and mixed by Chris Lord-Alge, known to this parish. A bunch of the people we've talked to have worked with him. Mastered by Ted Jensen. I mean, you've got insanely talented folks here as part of this process, and like, that's how often do you just look back and go,
it's
that's
truly
insane.
amazing.
Yeah,
I can't believe. I honestly, I think everybody in my band is fantastic, and then our management is fantastic, and then our lawyers are fantastic, and then
let's not gild the lily.
The lawyers.
Yeah.
No, everybody, but this team that works with us, it just doesn't stop with Chris. It's just like, when you're asking like, how do I look at this and go, oh my God, everybody that's on our team is just, I can't believe these people that are so well respected in this industry are on our team is truly like pinch me, because
it's pretty cool when you're in the studio and Chris Lord-Alge hands you a microphone and you start singing into it, and then he goes, oh yeah, that's the mic that Mick Jagger uses when he's here.
And he just calls him Mick, right?
He just that's Mick's microphone.
That's Mick's, yeah.
That actually happened.
That was funny.
Like, oh my God. A little bit intimidating going into a studio to begin with. And then he hands you the microphone that Mick uses. It's like, it's definitely a pinch me moment. And I mean, I think we all just feel incredibly humbled and so grateful that we get to work with such talented people, and also that people respond. You know, like people have been messaging us and emailing us that they love the Christmas song, they love It's Christmas Time. It's got so much energy, and you know, they're watching it on repeat. And you know, there's a lot going on in the world, and people they need and deserve a reason to be happy, and they need something to feel really good about. And you know, hopefully that's what our music continues to do.
I
No,
can't
you
wait
hear
till
it in the
Nick goes.
chorus.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say you hear it in the chorus to It's Christmas Time.
Yeah.
That definitely sticks in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Heidi, you were
Sorry.
saying.
I was just like distracted and thinking about like the next time the Stones come in and he's like, "Hey, guess what? Philly Ocean used that mic thing."
If only.
It's gonna happen.
That was such
That's
a funny
amazing.
story because that's the time when we were tracking these songs. We were kind of scratch tracking some of the things, and you know, we'd come in one day and do like, you know, whatever 8-10 songs, and we come in the next day, we start the other 10, and you know, Chris hands Phil the mic, and Mike's like, no, where's the mic I was using? He goes, that's the mic, and he's like, no, I wasn't there. He goes, dude, that's the only one I have like that, and Mick Jagger used it, so you could use it. And Phil's like, I'm using this mic.
This is it. Never put this mic down again.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it seems like Yacht Rock and Yachtley Crew in particular, like this just continues to go. It seems like it's beyond sort of the joke of the short film series or the YouTube series that started this all how many years ago. Like this is, it just seems to keep getting bigger, whereas you would expect it would hit a wall. Not to say you guys are like ska, but like there's going to be a point of like saturation where everyone's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. You know,
but it
yeah,
just-
I get that.
But it's just going and going, and it seems like you just keep picking up more steam and more. You guys were out here on the East Coast last spring, I believe.
Just the summer.
Like summer,
and again in October.
pretty much the entire summer. We were just, we've been on a bus for almost 12 weeks this summer, just touring.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like again, how often did you guys think this was going to continue this long? Are you sort of pleasantly surprised that people are receiving it the way you're putting it out there and what you're intending for folks to get out of it?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I think as any artist, as any musician, you really never know how your art is going to be received and the life that it's going to have. And you know, from the very beginning, we had no idea. We didn't know. You know, Sailor loves to say famously, we didn't know if we're going to play 6 shows or 6,000. You know, we had no idea. We did it because we love the music and we want to put on a great show. And we still are committed to that, playing the best show that we can, you know, innovating it, making it fun, making it new. But we are getting in front of bigger audiences. Like I was telling you at the beginning of this interview, we just went to Minnesota this past weekend. We've never been there. There were over 1,000 people that showed up. And so there is a momentum that we're seeing. No one knows how long it's going to last, but it doesn't feel like it's going away anytime soon. And I think the reason for that is that, like I was saying, people want and need something to feel good about and to be excited about. And we put on a really high energy show. People have a lot of fun. We hear a lot of times from people that it's like the most fun they've had at a concert, which is the best compliment we could hope for. And we just want to keep doing that as much as possible. So we're making our show fresh every time we take the stage. You know, the set list is never the same for, you know, more than a couple of shows. We're always like putting something new in, bringing in new production, bringing in new elements of our stage show, new choreography, new fun, you know, ways to interact with the audience. And all of that, I think, not only keeps people coming back, but it keeps the excitement going.
Absolutely.
This is why we edit. Oh, you look like you were going to say something.
Well, so did
Go for
you.
it.
So I just stopped because nope,
Please.
you
Please,
you
the
threw it
floor is
out.
yours.
Nope, it's fine. Go ahead. No, go.
Well, I feel like this is what?
No, go.
Oh, I feel like it's you guys have hit a tipping point where it's sort of like no longer the joke of Yacht Rock. It is the joy of Yachtley Crew. If that makes sense.
That's very kind.
You know,
we
I
never,
gotta say,
we never entered it as a joke, didn't we?
Yeah, I was
seriously.
just gonna say that it was it was never a joke. There was never it wasn't, you know, the whole idea with dressing in the suits and, you know, being alike. There's a sort of a method behind that, which you know, like we didn't, we don't want to just show up in t-shirts and jeans and play the songs. You know, we wanted to put together a fun show, but also there's a little bit of element of classiness. I know you know, people kind of thought it might be just like a joke thing, or we're mocking the genre, or if the soft rock genre. I mean, you know, when we started, like one out of every 5 people would be like, well, what's yacht rock? You know, now it's
If
like
not,
now it's like 1 out of every 30 or 40 people would say like, what's yacht rock? You know, like, and I think that's why there's going to be a good longevity, because by the time this gets down to like when everybody finally knows what yacht rock is, or, you know, but when they find out what it actually is, or what, you know, what the songs are, they love it. So, you know, it's gonna be like 1 in every, you know, 5,000 people are gonna be like, what's yacht rock in like 5 years, you know?
Yeah.
So that's another 5 or 6 or whatever years that we have, I feel like, because people are still trying to figure out and find out, you know, what that actually is. So it's not like disco was like, oh, everybody knew what disco was, you know?
Yeah. There's also something fun that happens too, which is that more and more people are finding out what yacht rock is. But that they find out what yacht rock is, and then they find out what a Yachtley Crew show is. And even there's even a difference between that, because we do our thing with yacht rock. And, you know, we're not just a band that stands there and goes through the motions, like Rob said. You know, we put everything that we've got into the music that we play and the show that we put on. And we do that because we want the audience to walk away from that experience having had the best time that they've ever had at a concert. That's what we endeavor to do every single show. And so even people who know yacht rock, when they come to our show for the first time, we hear it every single night that we play. They come up to us like, oh my gosh, I love what you guys do. And they love our versions of the songs. Fans will write us, I like your versions of these songs better than the original in some cases. And that, I'm not trying to, you know, toot our own horn. I'm just saying that we try to differentiate ourselves in that way while still honoring these songs, so that people know that we are our own thing.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have let Luke talk. There's no making fun of yacht rock.
I wasn't making
any of
fun
its
of.
forms.
I'm just saying.
No, it is a time-honored, amazing.
It's a beautiful art form. I know.
It is a beautiful art form.
And again, back to the
forms.
wardrobe. It's like it's not we're trying to bring a level of classiness to it. You know,
yeah, it's a vibe.
Yes, yeah, it's a vibe. And there were, you know, people did wear, you know, captain's hats back in the day. Listen, you know, you'd see all the classic pictures. These artists, some of them were wearing these hats in their album covers or their video or their whatever, their promotional photos. And the captain's hat was very popular. You know, it was a popular item back in the 70s and 80s. But our thing was, you know, like, you know, it's dressing sharp too. Like when you would go see the Temptations.
Some of us have our captain's hats in our drawers.
Some
of us have dogs. Some of us have our dogs named Captain.
I love it. Like seeing the Commodores back in the day, they were, you know, the Temptations, you know, they're dressed sharp, and it was a good, you know, that we like that clean, sharp look, you know. We're not trying to there's no mockery here. It's you know, we're not going to dress in 70s polyester, you know. We're not going to go to thrift shops or wear just street clothes, you know. We're trying to have fun, put on a nice little fun show, and people love it. People come dressed like the band. You know, it's like, you know, when you would see people go to a Kiss concert and with the Kiss makeup, people come. There was a guy at the show in Minnesota that had a big old orange life preserver, the big shoe thing, and he threw it on stage. Somehow it made its way across the stage, and each band member had it on at one point.
Yeah, he put it on me, and I was singing with it for a while, and then I put it on Paul and Tommy, and
That's amazing.
But it's fun. And then some people come. I've seen people dress like Gilligan. Gilligan at our shows. It's fun. It's like you're connecting with this audience, you know, and people are there to have fun. Like nobody gives a crap about politics or anything like that when they're at our shows. You know, it's a great time together.
No, we are not a political show, but I did like your campaign shirts.
Oh, well, thank you.
That was
red, white, and smooth.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that was fantastic.
It's a platform everyone can stand on.
Right?
Absolutely.
Do you guys have a name yet for the fans? Is there
Croupies.
Oh
a-
yeah,
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
Croupies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Croupies, yeah.
That's perfect.
And that we've had
there's
that
a
since
croupie
almost the
shirt.
beginning, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much our first year.
Yeah, I don't even remember how that started actually, but somebody, it took off. Whoever said it or however it was said, Philly, it took right off. I mean, it's just from the beginning.
I think honestly, just off the cuff at a show, I was like, what do we have to call our fans? We have to have an identifiable name for our fans, you know?
We don't want to call
And-
them anchor heads or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want
Insulting.
it to be catchy, and Croupies is like such an awesome amalgamation of these words, you know. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Right off the dock. Perfect. I like it. That's awesome. So is next year going to be just as crazy, or will it be a little more like beach time?
no, it's
Come
going to be
back.
even busier. It's going to be bigger, and it's going to be even busier. There's a lot of really exciting things in the works, most of which we can't talk about, but we're going to be going international next year. And there'll be some details being revealed in the next month or so about what that looks like and where we're going to be. But yep, we're going to be making this a worldwide phenomenon. And
there's some
we're
incredible
very,
things
very
happening.
excited.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I understand you can't say everything. You can just nod. Are one of these things on the schedule like an ABC Sunday night movie, like Yachtley Crew meets the Phantom of the Park type thing?
Who have you been talking to?
Yeah.
Because
Enough said. Got it.
I hope
Get
not.
on that.
There's a lot of things I want for us, but I hope we're
Yeah.
not doing Phantom of the Park.
oh, come on, that'd be so
Please.
cool.
No,
Please.
no.
How
No one
about
has to,
like
like,
a
say
battle of
act
the
or-
network stars? Because
Oh.
we could totally
I remember those.
be
That's
your
awesome.
like television hosts.
No, we look great in mustard yellow
Blazers.
blazers.
We-
I
Yeah.
personally
do.
think it would be amazing to be on Dancing with the Stars. My wife is a huge fan of that
Oh
show.
my God, that
I
would
could go
be-
on there and
That would
represent
be
Yachtley
really
Crew.
cool.
The only thing is, every dance I would have to be in my captain's uniform or some
But you could
variation
totally
of
do
it.
that. You
Yeah.
could totally do that.
You can throw
They let
sequins on
people
that
keep
thing.
their yes.
Yeah.
They could
that's
keep
not-
all your shtick. Like people
Yeah,
that's
go
not for
in with
me.
their shtick. I could see this. This would work.
Yeah.
I would love to. It'd be amazing.
That's funny. I'm not
So-
going to be doing that. I'll be on diners, dive-ins, and whatever they're
We
called.
could do that too.
Perfect. Yeah.
Drive-ins.
There's enough of you guys. Just spread it out.
Yes,
Go basic
like,
cable, go
just
network, just
mix it
everywhere.
all up.
Yeah. That's
I
amazing
really
because
do. I like the movie though. What if you guys? Okay, well, here's my dream.
oh boy.
Like you guys we could like bring back the Love Boat, and like
That
you
would
could
be
come
fun.
be on the
We love
Love
it.
Boat,
Yeah.
Yep.
right?
And
The
every
Love
week
Boat.
it's a new celebrity cameo on Yachtley
Correct.
Crew's
On the
yacht.
yacht. Yeah.
Right.
The Love
Yes.
Yacht.
That's
The
fun.
Love Yacht,
Yeah.
but not
the
make
Love
it
Yacht.
like a weird like. I mean, not that it's weird. Like there's a place for all the reality Love Boat, whatever. But like the real Love Boat.
Yeah.
Like
like,
Isaac
bring,
and
like-
Gopher and
Yes, like
Yeah.
Ted Lange, Red Grandy, all of them. Like
Yeah.
and then we would
Captain
also go
Stubing.
on the Love Boat.
Don't forget
Stubing,
Captain Stubing, of course.
May he rest.
And
But we
Julie,
will-
your
Yeah.
cruise director.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we will fill in the people that aren't there anymore. Luke and I could come and take those roles so we could be there with you.
help you. Yeah.
Right. To assist.
It's just amazing.
Just
I
a
feel like
thought.
the last time we talked to you guys, you were I want to say thinking about heading east, but hadn't done it yet.
Right.
And now 2 or 3 years later, you've gone East Coast and now you're going international. It's
World domination.
yeah, I feel like next thing we're just putting a hat on the earth. Is that,
Mhm.
First yacht rock band in space.
I mean,
Playing on the ISS.
Yeah.
yes.
It's just it's really amazing, and the record is a lot of fun.
Thank
It's
you.
The record's a lot of fun. The new record that we're making too is a lot of fun. That's
Yeah.
going to be coming out in the spring. It's essentially a follow-up to the Seize the Day record, and
Yeah.
there's going to be some great cuts on that record. They're finishing up again. We started that record the same way as the Christmas one. We probably did about a dozen songs and brought them in. We kind of worked with them a bit, and we ran with the ones that were just. I mean, a lot of the stuff does truly come natural to us, but we find the ones that are just. They seem like, I don't want to say easy to assemble, but when they're being put together and Chris is working with us, the train just rolls. We don't really hit any obstacles on most things, and putting in and putting on all the little bells and whistles along the way. He just captures all that with us, and so it's exciting. I'm really excited. We did a photo shoot. It was the last month, I think, for the new record, and not the Christmas record, but the next one. But it was actually, the shoot was the same week, I think, Phil.
Yeah,
when we did both of those records. But just putting all the elements together for the next one to come out is just as exciting as the Christmas one. Like, the excitement of the Christmas one is here, and then it's like, December 26th, it's going to be like, that one's kind of, we tucked that one into bed for 10 months, and then but we're right on the tails of finishing the other one. So it's going to be exciting, and having all this material, being able to take all this material out with you too, because people always ask, like, oh, do you have anything, they're going to be able to purchase 3 records at our shows or online, or stream them at any given point. There's going to be, all of a sudden, there's like 20 something songs on all these platforms that people can download or listen to, whatever, or purchase, or it's fun. But we're at the shows, people are asking us to sign the vinyls or the CDs, and for people to actually have a tangible product is really amazing. Like, when you go back to when we started the band to where we're at, but having these 3 records is incredible.
And I think it says something about your skill as musicians, and then just the whole presentation and everything. The fact that are at a point where it becomes, you can really enjoy it, that you don't have to bang your head against a wall. How can't we get this song to sound right? Why can't it click?
Yeah.
Why are the shows annoying? Why is the bassist doing this? It's like, no, we're good. We can.
No, we're still asked questions about the bassist.
Okay. Well, yeah, set him aside.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
The rest of the rhythm section, you guys can just go out there and have a good time, and then that kind of just goes down the line to the audience, and everyone else just enjoys themselves. And how novel it seems, oddly novel, that is the thing that can be out there, that just group of talented musicians saying, let's have fun for tonight. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of fun, and also we work really hard at what we do, and I think that's what translates. We take what we do seriously, and we also have a lot of fun with it, and it's something about that combination, I think, that really works.
Yeah, I mean, you don't play that many shows a year by just doing it half-assed. Like, you got
no. Honestly, I don't think you build an audience if you're phoning it in. I think. That would be like, Michael Jordan or Steph Curry, like, not really showing up on the court. No one wants to see it. People, especially when they're paying good money to see you, they want to see you and feel you give everything that you've got. And I think that the audience knows when you don't. I've certainly been in the audience for shows and been like, man, they just don't care about what they're doing. They don't seem like they're having fun. You want to feel like the artist is having fun and that they're enjoying it and they're giving it everything. And, and honestly, like, even if I don't have a perfect show vocally, if I give it my all, I still get amazing feedback. And I think that is something that can kind of like overcome if you're having a rough night. As musicians, I heard someone recently say, being a musician is one of the few occupations where you are expected to be perfect every time you do your job. And if you're not, people know immediately, and they pick up on that. And so there's an impossibility to that. But if you're still going for it, I think that helps you. I think that, even if you're having a bad show, if you're still playing like you're trying to put on the best show that you can, I think people respect that, and I think people feel that.
It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Stand up, stand up. It's Christmas time.
Seas and Greetings, the Christmas EP from Yachtley Crew, is available December 13th, 2024 from Earache Records. To order a copy, check out earacheusa.com. To learn more about the band, check out their website, yachtleycrew.com, and they are on Facebook, facebook.com/@Yachtley Crew.
Rock and Roll Grad School is produced by the Professional Production Company. Please be sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, because your impassioned review is just as honest as us standing backstage waiting to come back on for the encore. For more information, you can check out our website, rockandrollgradschool.com. And like everyone else, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Today's show was recorded and produced by Heidi Hedquist and myself from our world headquarters located on the second floor of the professional office building, centrally located downtown. Our reluctant executive producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing executive producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thanks for joining us. Good night, drive safe, and may all your favorite bands stay together.